Hi everybody, welcome to Manga Palate. This is the show where I, Pistacia Luna, here with my co-host.
Manga Chef Isaiah.
Yeah, watch and or read a thing and talk about it. And I chose a thing to read. What did I pick? This one is a little I don't know. You have a history of doing better recently.
Omaera Zen
Yeah?
in Men
Zenin.
Zenin
Yeah.
Mendokusai.
Pretty close. It wasn't fluid, but all of the accents were where they were supposed to be. Omaera Zenin Mendokusai. It means all of you are a lot of trouble, basically.
Ah,
So yeah, and it's not a polite like Kimitachi. It's Omaera like fucking y'all. Y'all are so much trouble.
like you guys are so annoying.
Yeah, basically. Um, and it's a manga, and it ran for 5 years, starting in January 29th, 2014. And I couldn't really get a hard estimate, so it seems to have just been summer of 2019. There's a live action movie that actually came out in 2019 with Kensho Ono playing the main guy, Kunihiko Kunitachi. Kensho Ono we've talked about before because he does voices on a bunch of shows, like he's Giorno in Part 5 and a whole bunch of other shit. But yeah. So, yeah, Omaera Zenin Mendokusai is a manga. It's 50 chapters, give or take, because the mangaka decided to split some into two parts. And, I guess, what's it about?
Is it a harem? I want to say it's a harem.
Sort of. Sort of. It's a little more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Than other things. So this is more of what I wanted from God Gohan than what I got.
It's about a high school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot exactly what he teaches. No, literary arts.
English. Well, literature. So like books.
Yeah.
I say English because that's how you say that here. But it's a broader.
And yeah, these girls basically just like him for who he is, and they always annoy him.
Well, first it's one girl, right?
Yeah.
Kazumiya.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, you should make friends. And she makes friends with the girl who also is interested in him. And then it just like slides further.
It becomes like not the point.
It was never really the point, honestly. Like, because he already made his feelings clear from the beginning. You already knew where he was at.
So is it about her making friends? Because she made friends at like chapter 2.
Kind of. She wasn't really friends with Kurihara though. She's not actually friends with Kurihara.
Yeah, but they like bonded over something. It was like...
Yeah, they became serious friends by the end of it. I would say they were friends probably by like a little bit less than halfway.
Yeah.
Right? Like around chapter 20 they were already pals. Like especially because by then it already introduced Inamoto and her older sister. And so like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the beginning, Kazumiya resents Kurihara for being around because she feels that Kurihara is going to distract the teacher from her. She even tries with Enomoto specifically just because she looks at the teacher and goes, do you want me to be her friend? And he goes, well, yeah, I'd like that. And she goes, okay, what are your hobbies, Enomoto? And then she starts becoming friendly. Like, it has nothing to do with her actual like of the other person as much as it is her liking the teacher and him pushing her to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. I'm like, what is this? This is like her making friends, or her like trying, or like people trying to like get with the
If
teacher?
you mean what is the entire thing about by the end of it, it is about her making friends. The premise is she likes him, and that's why she's around him all the time.
Yeah, so...
And he becomes like a lightning rod for a bunch of people. But ultimately, it's more about like maturing and making friends and connecting with other people. Sure, they bonded because they like the same guy, but they're like friends first and foremost. Because even at the end, right, when Kazumiya like had the crying breakdown moment, and Kurihara gets upset with the teacher. Like, she gets upset with the teacher because Kazumiya's sad.
Yeah, and he's like, how can you do that?
So it's like her trying to defend her friend, right? And he says it too. He's like, "Oh, I'm really glad that you were able to be friends with her because it shows how much you like her and how much you care about her." Although there is the second part of it, which is, although I guess it's a lot more prominent, but then the friendship bit, because the friendship bit seems to be an undercurrent throughout the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they never shut up about, oh, I like the teacher, or I like this, or I want to do this, or they go on the fake dates and all that kind of shit. So like the friendship bit is more of a undercurrent because it seems to be premised on romance. But that actually makes me think of another manga that, again, at its beginning, it predicates itself on romance, but by the end of it, it's not actually about that.
Mm-hmm.
Koi wa Amegari no Yoni, right? Which is about this teenage girl who falls in love with the older guy, like the grown ass man, the grown ass single dad who runs the cafe she goes to, the cafe she works at. Where like she started working there because she had feelings for him. But then by the end, it's actually like she doesn't go out with him. That's not what it's about. It's about her coming to terms with all the things that put her in that situation to begin with. And this is kind of the same thing. Like Kazumiya has never had friends, and he wants her to be like more well-rounded of a person. So that's what it ends up being more about. Even if like the at face value, it seems to just be about, oh, they all want to fuck the teacher.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It was more like the friendship.
So like I that's what I dig about it, and that's what I mean by like I wanted that from Gal Gohan, but that's not what I got from Gal Gohan.
No, he goes all the way.
Because at the end of Gal Gohan, she straight up goes out with him. Yeah, no, she like goes all the way. They're married or whatever. But like here, it's like, well, no, I can't respond to your feelings because I'm an adult and I don't feel comfortable with that. Mind you, there's that chapter where his friend is like, "Hey, check this out. Yeah, she's really young because she like got into our job right out of college, but like she's still cute, you know." And his buddy even goes like, "Yeah, society's not gonna be cool with it, but I love her, so that's what matters." And then Kunitachi's just sitting there like, I don't know, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he seems uncomfortable like the whole time, like the whole manga. He's just like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. They're all like 15,
Yeah, that's more
16.
realistic.
It's their first year of high school. And it's like, you're a grown-ass man who's like, this isn't your first job at a school, right? Like, he was at the other school, that's where he met Hisakawa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Honda. Hisakawa's the little girl cousin. Right. So, that's where he met Honda. Yeah. Right? And Honda was like, I regret never having told you how I feel about you. And like, that, he worked at another school. It's not the first or the last time he's gonna be fucking talking to teenage girls. That's his job, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that there's like a part of him that has to consolidate the fact that they are people that he is in charge of, they're kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole kind of thing. And that's what I mean, like, really early on, Kazumiya says, like, what if I told you I loved you? And he was like, well, I'd have to say no because I'm a teacher, I'm an adult, and that's not cool.
Yeah, just like in real life, he said, like when they were at the beach or whatever hotel, and he was like, oh, I almost got kicked out for being harassed because like she was on top of him.
Yeah. I was gonna say
that didn't happen in Galhohan at all.
I feel really bad for Kurihara.
You do?
Yeah, because that like breakdown at the end is her really realizing that she never really stood a chance, but that there's maybe a possibility for Kazumiya, and like that's wild, especially considering she moved from I love love to actually I love this one guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta hurt in a way that I don't understand. Because, like, when Kurihara comes in, right, she states directly, it's like, oh, no, I like teachers. I like the role that you play in the development of people's lives. I like the idea of love, less so than the individual, right?
Yeah.
That's why she has the ranking list in her fucking notebook.
He was second.
Yeah.
Science teachers first.
Science teachers first, right. No, totally. But then, like, way later on, it gets to the chapter where she does the pretend date the whole day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like talking to her after it's like a whole jealousy thing with fucking Kazumiya, where she goes, "Hey, so you gotta be sure that you don't do this shit with other teachers." And she's like, "Are you jealous?" And he was like, "No, I'm just genuinely concerned. Besides, I don't think it really matters who it is anyway." And she's like, "What?" He's like, "I mean, like, you like teachers, right? Like, it has very little to do with me as a person. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter that it's me." And she goes, and she like sort of freezes up and goes like, No, I mean, I don't know. It feels like if, cause like, yeah, how much would you still like me if I wasn't a teacher? She was like, well, I mean, like, I feel like in general it goes down 50%, but with you it feels different because I think I'd like you even if you weren't my and then she just like freezes up.
I was like, oh, I still like him.
Yeah, she's like, wait a second, no, I just like him. Ooh shit. Oh shit.
I thought I only liked teachers. No.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think of it as to love, you know? To love the idea of something and not to necessarily love a person themselves.
Yeah, instead of like whatever.
Yeah, you like being in a relationship as opposed to the person you're in a relationship with. So that's like the serial monogamist kind of person.
Yeah, I was gonna say more like an object. Like they're just an idea, like we said before.
Yeah. That's the same thing. That's the kind of thing that leads to the serial monogamy shit where it's like it's not that they love the person that they're with, it's that they like being in a relationship.
Yeah.
They love the idea of romance less so than the partner that they have. But that then her registering that and then having to fucking eat it at the end. That's what made me go like, oh, that's I can't imagine how fucking sad that is.
I mean, maybe she's happy that she realized she could actually like somebody.
No, she fucking broke down. Remember? Because Enomoto's like, hey, are you cool? She's like, what do you mean? He's like, I saw you crying before. And she goes like, yeah, I'm sorry you had to see me cry. I don't, you know. She says that when fucking Kunihara leaves. Like, Kunitachi goes out to go find Kazumiya right after that, right? Because she pins him to the wall with the fucking double arm thing and goes like, hey, you better fucking go talk to her right now. And he goes like, I was going to actually. She goes, oh, that's good. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. She seemed really sad. She didn't really want to talk, but I thought it'd be important to do that. And then Kurihara says, yeah, good, because otherwise if you made her cry, I'd drop you from my notebook. And he's like, yeah, sure. By the way, thank you for being her friend. And it just bounces. And then she realizes that he's been thinking about Kazumiya the whole time. And that's when it registers, oh, he probably could actually like her. And that's what he ends up saying too, right? Like when he tells Kazumiya, hey, here's the thing about hanging out is it's not that I do love you, I want to be near you, but I'm worried that I might eventually be able to develop feelings for you, and I don't like that's a possibility. I genuinely don't like that.
The last chapter.
Second to last, like before that. Because like he talks to her about wanting to be around her all the time, but before that, it was at the school festival. It was like fucking chapter 46. Because 48 and 49 are mostly him hanging out with the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like during the school festival thing, he goes out and he tells Kazumiya, "Hey, I don't want to. I do care for you deeply. I'm not romantically interested in you because you're a kid, but I'm worried that part of me could possibly see you that way." And when he leaves and Kurihara's in the room alone, she realizes it too, and that's why she ends up crying. That Enomoto sees her later. Like she steps out the room and Enomoto walks with her, and she ends up crying. They don't make a big deal out of it, but it's later when Enomoto's talking to Kurihara. She goes, "Are you cool?" And like, what do you mean? It's like you were crying. She's like, "Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. I'm sorry you had to see me cry." And that's where I'm like, oh, so she kind of like recognized it too. The fact that she came up to him and he was already thinking about Kazumi the whole time. It says a lot about the depth of their relationship.
I mean, they all got rejected.
Yeah. But there's a difference between like, oh, I don't have a shot and, oh, I don't have a shot, but it turns out this other person does.
Yeah.
Because like Kurihara gives a bunch of times when she mentions that when the other girls are like, why do you keep going after him? You know he's not going to go out with you. She goes, well, yeah, but it's just something in me that insists on pushing forward. And also, he's an incredibly fucking weak person. So, like, I'm pretty sure if I just keep pushing, I'll win eventually.
Yeah. Well, he's not entirely weak.
So when she goes to stand up for her friend, yeah. I mean, that's what she says about him. She's like, you're easy. And he goes like, what does that mean? He's like, you're easy. I don't know. Do you see how immediately he folds for fucking, the older Enomoto sister, Shiori? She says, do the thing, and he goes, okay. Yes, ma'am. She's like, you're an adult man. Fuck's your teacher authority, dude.
Yeah, but if he was that easy,
do something.
He would, like, go out with, Kazumiya.
Nah, there's a difference between folding to, like, someone's insistence and, like, forsaking your morals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has, like, strong morals.
Like, one of those has a bigger, more profound question. Yeah.
But he's easy to, like, I guess, boss around.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like marry the high school girl because he's easy. That's what I mean. Which is like the whole point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's his entire thing, isn't it? Because that's why he says it from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't respond to your feelings. So yeah, other than that, there's really like not much I really say about it. You know what? There is one thing I could say about it. There's no such thing as pacing.
What do you mean?
There's no such thing as pacing in this manga.
Like the way it just transitions years.
There's not like beat to beat to beat to beat. Like there's no like general build up. It just fucking blows up sometimes. You get a chapter where they're like fucking doing nothing, and then you get another chapter where like 3 people will confess back to back.
Yeah, like
you know,
like nothing was happening until the first girl confessed, and then everyone started confessing and got really heavy.
But it wasn't like immediately after each other. Is what I mean. Is that there would be a chapter where there's like, oh, we're gonna go do karaoke. It's like cool. And next chapter, I have to tell you I love you, and like it's fucking, it just explodes.
Yeah.
And it happens repeatedly. Like you'll have a chapter where they're just hanging out, chapter just hanging out, explode, 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 chapter just hanging out, double down. And I think it's because they only had 50 chapters.
Is it realistic though? It's just be like,
but I don't know.
Oh, let's hang out, have karaoke. I fucking love you. I'm not sure that's really realistic.
Yeah, like it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
It explodes. That's what I mean. There's no such thing as pacing. Like as far as the general build up and like logical order to events.
Yeah.
Not sure. Shit will just punch you sometimes. I also do love that he genuinely likes the other teacher, but he's a fucking huge coward, so he never says anything about it.
That's probably why he never went out with anybody.
Yeah, that's another thing that made me laugh when they were like, man, so what, you've already had a girlfriend? He's like, no. She goes like, that's great. He goes, I'm glad you delight in the fact that I've been alone. I was like, don't let it get you down, bro. It could be worse. Could always be worse.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't like. If he wanted them to stop like harassing them, he could just ask out the teacher, or at least ask out somebody else.
He's too much of a coward to ask her out.
Yeah, that's it.
And as far as flexing his teacher muscle, he sure doesn't.
No, they like curse right in front of him a bunch.
They fucking stomp on that guy a lot of the time. He's just like, do this, and he's like, okay.
She keeps calling them dumb sluts and bitches. I'm like, why is he not like saying anything about that?
Yeah. He does sometimes. He does. Because that's why she stops, like, saying it as much.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, but the older Edomoto sister, Shiori,
yeah, he
doesn't even fucking bother trying to fight her. He folds to her immediately. Because, like, when Kazumiya first starts calling Kurihara a bitch, and he's like, God fucking slut. And he goes like, hey, don't say stuff like that. But then, like, Shiori says it, and he goes like, okay, Like, he folds wicked hard.
Yeah.
That's why he takes advantage of that time she's scared of ghosts.
Some weird payback. I'm pretty sure she likes him.
She kinda does. She shows it a bunch of times. But I think that she doesn't really... if she's aware of her feelings, she doesn't want to pursue them because of her sister. Mm-hmm. And if she isn't aware, it's mostly because she's focused on supporting her sister.
Yeah. It's also separate from like Galgon. I was like, they don't like really make it explicit until they like confess. But even then, the confess is like, oh, I was joking or something.
That happens for Kazumiya and fucking the younger Enomoto sister, Eiko. But like, Kurihara comes in fucking running.
Yeah, she just, yeah.
Kurihara bolts in from minute 1. He's the one who's like, yeah, but you like all the teachers. I don't fucking believe you. Which is not the right response, because that implies that you're jealous that she likes other teachers. And he goes like, wait, no, fuck, that's not what I mean. I mean, bad girl. He has that one dream at the beginning where Kurihara goes like, I met a guy my age. And fucking Kazumiya's like, I made friends. And Enomoto goes like, they're integrating into the class very well. And he's just like, I'm so happy. And then he wakes up and he goes like, oh god.
That was before they all showed up at his house, right?
Yeah. Which they show up at his house like chapter 7 or something. Like, it's really fast that they just go into his house.
Like all of them. No problem.
Yeah, very confidently. I presume that it's the oldest Enomoto sister who's like, we're doing this. And then the other girls were like, hell yeah. Like, Kurihara was probably like, oh, shit, really? An opportunity to get into his house? I'm in. Also, there's the other teacher, her niece, Hibiki Hisakawa, who shows up way later. And she's like, I want to be someone like you when I grow up. And he goes like, please don't. I'm not that great.
I thought he said like, I'm glad you aspire to be somebody like me. something like that.
No, he says, I'm not really all that great, but I'm glad that you already have decided what you want to do. He straight up says, I feel like you're thinking of me very differently, but I admire your conviction.
Oh yeah.
There's something to that effect.
Does anything really happen besides them like saying they like confess? Yeah.
Besides them fucking throwing at him? No, not really. That's what I mean by like it. It is similar to Gal Gohan in that respect, where like Gal Gohan is pretty much them just fucking throwing themselves at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's less people in Gal Gohan than there is here, but I would argue that the end result of Gal Gohan is more the typical romance story fare, where like then they get together.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, like I said, this reminded me of Koiwa Amegari no Yoni, where it's like the romance is a part of, it's more like a wistful thing about growing up than it is about actually being in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh yeah, it's an experience that you have as you're younger, and you grow from it.
Like your first serious love interest.
Yeah.
It just happens to be a teacher.
In this case, it happens to be a teacher. And it's like, it's not going to be fulfilled, but ultimately you will grow from it. There will be things that you learned about yourself and about the experience of loving someone else that will, further develop you into a person. And I think that's really nice. I like that. Gonna repeat, he's a fucking coward for not asking out Koyuki sensei. Do it. You might leave this school again. Do it, coward. You left the other school. Who knows? But other than that, yeah. I mean, even in the last bit, right, where it's presumably after they graduated, because they're all wearing, like, street clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kazumiya mentions that they're going to meet up with everybody, and that includes Koyuki sensei. So, ask her out, coward.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's that. I mean, there's really not much to say beyond, like, detailing the narrative, but it's so much of a wild-ass ride. I feel like if you're interested, read it. I kind of want to watch the movie just because I want to see where if the movie leaves off with the same vibe that the manga leaves off.
Yeah, it has a.
It's easy to just cut it off and then go like, "Yeah, nobody."
It definitely has a weird vibe, like you said. Like it's like, oh, it's very simple. They hang out with the teacher, but I don't know, the way it's delivered is just.
Yeah, I think it is. I think part of his like, oh fuck, reaction might have to do with the fact that he's never really interacted with women. Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
He's never had a girlfriend, and he's letting the girls lead him.
It's like, okay, that's it. Like, he's weak, right? Like, he doesn't, like...
Yeah.
Around. But he still has really strong morals.
He lets the girls lead him.
Really...
It is. And it's pretty short as far as manga's concerned.
Yeah.
Usually, romance things end up, like, fucking lasting forever.
Usually, a guy that has strong morals doesn't like anyone, like, pushing around. But now it's like, nah, I'm gonna keep hanging out with them because I'm gonna... teach him something.
Well, part of it is also that he mentions he really wants the students to like him.
Yeah.
Like, he has that conversation with Koyuki sensei where she's like, wow, I can't believe you're still thinking about the students even now. He's like, I mean, I don't know if he would want to aim to be somebody like me, because I really want the students to like me, and I would feel bad if they didn't like me. So, like, that's probably not a good thing, but, it's important to view them as people, less so than, like, just regular kids, which is why he goes like, I have to respond to their feelings very clearly and directly. I'm not romantically interested in you. I'm sorry. I admire that. I respect that he like is willing to confront them and straight up say like,
yeah, I guess he just really likes his students.
He really wanted to be a teacher. That's what he says, because like there's lots of points where he goes like, damn, I bet I sounded kind of cool as a teacher there, didn't I? He's like, to him, the wanting to be a good teacher is a big part of why he got into the job, presumably. I don't know what might have inspired it, but it seems to be really important to him to be a good teacher. And, that in a more classical, antiquated sense, the teacher was like your parent away from home, right? Like that's what Kinpachi Sensei and all those TV shows are about, where like the teacher is there and he gives the kids life lessons that they carry on for forever. So it probably might have something to do with that. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably wanted to set people on the right path. And stuff.
Yeah, he wanted to be the guy from Stand and Deliver who goes, and this is how I reach these kids. And then their like lives turn around. It's pretty interesting. I kind of, like I said, I really want to see the movie because I want to see what the movie does with this weird vibe. I saw the poster and like Kensho Ono makes a fucking real dumb face. It's like, and I I don't know what to do with these kids. And that fucking made me laugh. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can develop the poster. This is really fucking funny. So the girls behind him are just like, oh yeah, they're there. I get a vague idea of who they are. But like Kenshana's like rubbing his face, like, ugh, I don't know what to do.
What I would have done was like, actually, I probably wouldn't ask out the teacher.
I don't think I'd be able to because I fear the workplace relationship. But that's a me thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at his face though.
I don't know. What to do.
Yeah, like what do I do? Kids are tough. It's fucking shut up, dude.
I probably would have just asked out somebody else.
But yeah, I think it's.
Yeah.
Look, you mean actively pursue a girlfriend? Yeah, why the hell not?
It's like, no, I have a girlfriend. And that's just another conversation.
That's the end of this conversation. But yeah, it's cool.
It's interesting.
Alright, so that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Do you got anything else do you think you want to say?
I wouldn't say it's like cool, like, oh, I inspired to be like this guy. But I'll say it's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I would put it as. It's interesting. It's a little more realistic than the usual harem fare.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of dig that. Like his hard, no, you're a child thing. But like I do care about you because I'm an adult who wants to see you benefit as you grow older. I'm like, that's cool. That's nice. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. So food time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So romance is a huge part of this, right? But it's unfulfilled. It remains to be a thing that cannot be had, right?
So do we call that sweet or no?
I would say it's bittersweet.
Okay.
Like in the most literal sense, it is bittersweet. Where it's like there is a hint of remorse because the girls will never have their romantic feelings responded to. But it is still a happier part of their memories. That's what they all keep saying, and that's why they're still friends to the very end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the question is, what the hell? What kind of thing should it be? Because it doesn't really have a narrative, does it?
Let's see. The beginning kind of does.
Does it? Because like it just like goes through 1 year of school.
It doesn't really end though.
Yeah, like this.
There's no real climax.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it doesn't really have like a narrative arc.
So I guess not.
It doesn't have a.
What's that point before a climax? It's basically just like that.
It's just rising action the whole time.
Yeah.
The entire manga's rising action.
But not ending. Yeah.
But it's not rising action because rising action usually creates like suspense, you know?
The suspense was, is he gonna say he likes her or like actually stop hanging out?
But you know he's not because he's already been real hard about it.
Yeah.
If there is a climax, it's the end of him telling Kazumiya, like, I care deeply for you, but I don't want to be romantically involved with you for like the third time.
Okay, so maybe it's more like just a conclusion. Maybe it happens really fast.
Yeah.
And now it's just a very long...
It's a very rapid denouement. The falling action is the 3 pages in between the last chapter where it cuts to them being older.
Yeah, and they're just doing the same thing.
So, like, I don't know if it really has, like, a whole narrative arc.
Yeah, it's not... But it is a story, isn't it?
Yeah, in the loosest sense. That's what I mean. Like, all the big moments are, like, just fucking popping. There's no like, alright, we're gonna get to this point and then we'll see it. Like, no, it just fucking flies off. Like, there'll be a chapter where, like, Honda shows up and goes, hey, I used to date him. And then Enomoto will freak the fuck out. Like, I don't know.
Alright.
Because the pacing is all over the place, I don't even know if, like, there is really a narrative there's a narrative in the broad sense, in that there's a premise, right?
Yeah, that's about it.
But that's like saying every sitcom has a real narrative. And they don't, because sitcoms are built on the return to status quo at the end.
Okay, so no narrative.
So, like, would it... I don't know.
At least not a good one.
I would say it's very thin. It's very thin. Would that make it a cake? Or, like, what?
Something that's very thin and sweet.
Well, okay, it's not dense, right?
Not fulfilling.
So you tell me what you think would go for that. Because I don't know. What?
I'm thinking like a light candy.
Oh, like a candy.
Oh, wait, I know.
What about Three Musketeers?
We already used that, I think.
Did we? I believe you.
I'm gonna double check.
I look, see, our history is that we bring up dozens of things and then decide on one, and then we remember that we brought it up sometimes.
But I was gonna say, like, fruit roll-up.
I don't know, there's no bitterness to that.
We didn't. Well, let me make double check. Because I was on our page, and I was trying to find the word 3.
Yeah, hold on.
But it doesn't, like, show the whole word.
Yeah, hold on. Something that's kind of...
No, we didn't do it. We didn't use 3 Musketeers.
Okay, well, no, actually, I forgot that I wanted to emphasize the fact that it is a bittersweet taste. It's not... It's like unfulfilled love. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Dark chocolate's bitter.
yeah, but dark chocolate's like fucking like we already use dark chocolate for like hard bitter, like for dark and depressing, you know.
But like a layer, like a. Okay, so what's lighter than dark chocolate?
Okay, so if we're talking bittersweet, it would be like if we're going to talk about dark chocolate, it'd be like percentages of cacao, which we joked about last time. But I like I feel like maybe something with a hint of coffee in it,
Yeah.
because coffee tends to be really bitter, but like coffee candy.
We already did a Rio candy.
So what?
So Rio candy.
Oh right, no, but that one's like actually tastes like coffee as opposed to Werther's original.
Uh,
Like Werther's original tastes like toffee, but it's made of candy. But like Rio candy is like it tastes like coffee. It feels like taking an espresso shot in gummy form. That's the difference. So that's probably why we use Rio candy, because it is really dark,
mm-hmm.
as opposed to like Nips. Would you say this is like Nips? Because Nips are coffee candy, but they're very sweet, relatively speaking.
Yeah, they're always kind of bitter, but not that sweet.
Yeah, but not the way that Rio candy is. Rio candy's fucking real bitter.
But it's also dense.
A Nips is not dense. A single nip?
Oh no. Alright.
Get out of here. Like Nips, maybe if you eat like a whole bag of Nips. Yeah, but like, I'm talking about like eating the candy as it is. Like a little nip.
The coffee nips? Or the.
Yeah, coffee nip.
Okay.
No doubt coffee nip. It's a Nips coffee.
Nips coffee.
Nips coffee. Did it. Nailed it. Killed it. Alright, everybody. Shut the fuck up. It's time for the news.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, what do you want to talk about?
Shantae and the Seven Sirens.
Oh! Oh, okay. What about it?
It came out
It came out already?
this Thursday. Yep.
On Switch, right? It's supposed to be on Switch?
Yep. Switch, Steam.
It's on Steam. Oh.
PS4.
How much is it?
30.
I don't know. Feels like a bit much. I feel like 20 and I would have been in.
Yeah. Like 25 would have been better.
Yeah, I feel like even 25, I'll take it. But like 30 feels like a 30-hour game, which I'm gonna bet Shantae stays in the
No, it was like 12.
12. Yeah, it stays in.
I guess like
it's like
20 if
Guacamelee,
you don't know what
right?
you're doing.
Like it's a Guacamelee game basically.
Yeah.
So like an old school Metroidvania that still would have been comfortable on platformers. That reminds me of, since we're talking about that, I heard that Limited Run was doing some like physicals for the PS4 version, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's this like fucking boxed one that is going for like $100 online because Limited Run, they do so little.
Yeah.
But like the collector's edition is supposed to come with like fucking posters and a CD box and like a whole bunch of things. So it's like $100-something. So you played it. Presumably you beat it because you said you can guess how long it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like, it's a Metroidvania definitely, but
Yeah.
the loading screens were like a bit too long.
Really? On the Switch?
Like I feel like my game's gonna crash every time.
Oh right, you were on PC then, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a Switch, so.
Maybe it's optimized for the Switch. Not
Really?
for
And it
Steam.
felt long. Huh.
I didn't like that.
Weird.
But it was still a Metroidvania. It was a little too much like Metroid Fusion. Yeah.
Really? It's really direct, like Metroid Fusion?
It was a little too much like it.
No. Metroid Fusion is a fun Metroid game, but I find it to be the least interesting one because they make you straight up go to this place, go do the thing, versus like Metroid 1, right? Like you just fuck around and do whatever you want.
Yeah, it was more like you have to go to a certain place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's streamlined. It's very yeah. Ah, man.
It's
That sucks. All right.
it's not like risky Boots one. I forgot what it's called. Oh, the Pirate's Curse.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that one was streamlined too.
Or you can keep going back to the
Because you have to get to certain items.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh man. Oh, weird.
But I still like it because I like platforming games.
I like Metroidvanias, so I'd be into it. I like the other two I played, so presumably I will like this one. The price is a bit much for me. I might wait for it to go down before I get it. But other than that, yeah, it seems cool. So I got two things I wanted to talk about. One, just because I learned about this like the other day, and I was like kind of surprised that this was a thing. Did you know that Anime News Network had its own podcast?
I did not.
I learned this recently. I'm a fan of podcasts. That's the thing I like. The host died So they're like, here's the last one. What's amazing to me is
That's a bomb.
they're like, yeah, right? Like, I found out about it.
Oh, I didn't know about it. Oh, they're ending it. Oh.
Yeah, they ended it because the host died.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And yeah, and also one more thing is they had the image for the thing look like the image for End of Ava episode transitions.
Okay.
It's just like, oh. Yeah, look, see?
Yeah, that is.
It's literally the End of Ava font. Yeah, it is. It's like, take care of yourself. It's like, oh wow, holy shit. So now I don't know. I kind of wanted to check it out, but now I feel weird checking it out knowing that that guy died.
And it has an end.
Well, it ended, you know? Like, the Best Friend cast ended, and then it became Castle Super Beast. It's like, it's a different thing, right?
Yeah, so it didn't really end. It just doesn't have Matt.
But, like, the difference is... No, it's a different thing now. It is a different thing now, because it's just Pat and Wooly, and they're no longer branded with the idea of the Best Friends, because the Best Friends as a concept, as a group, are dead. But, like, this is different, because it's not like I can go find him in a different thing. It's not like he left the company, he passed away. So it's a very different feel. You know what I mean?
That's like if Wooly died.
Yeah, it's like if Wooly died, and then I go back to listening to old friend casts, and I'm like, haha, this is fun. Oh. Like that. Like, that's a fucking weird feel. Because you don't feel that way about movies, generally, right? Because movies are really contained. You know? Movies are one moment, and they're playing a character. But, like, with podcasts, they're more like radio shows. Like our show. So you get to know them.
Or their character.
If they're playing a character, generally speaking, like, podcasts are radio shows, so people are just fucking talking.
Yeah.
You get to know the things that they like, the things that they don't like, yada yada, right?
Yeah.
But, like, so it feels weird for me to go back and get to know this guy only to remember that he's dead. The other thing I have to talk about is much more lighthearted, in a sense. I don't know if you've been hearing about this, but there's been this manga that's been, like, getting passed around by people, because a couple of the series debuted last year on Twitter, and it got serialized in Monthly Comic Action, and then, like, people started translating it, and, like, guys are fucking losing their shit over it. It's called Oyaji ga Bisho ni Nateta Hanashi, which is like my dad is the beautiful queen of VTubers.
Alright, sounds interesting.
The title is the premise.
Yep.
There's this guy, he loves VTubers. There's one that's like Kizuna Ai, but like the name is just slightly different. It's Kizuke Yai. Like, it's like one off, you know?
This Y instead of I.
Yeah, Yai instead of AI. There's a Y in front of it. And it's Kizuke, not Kizuna. That's it. So, like, 2 symbols changed. Anywho. So yeah, he's a big fan of Kizuke Ai, and he fucking loves watching her stuff, and he has friends with all of her stuff, and then, like, he tunes into a broadcast, and he's like, man, I think I might even have a crush on her. It's fucking wild. Then one day, he goes home, and he sees his dad is doing the fucking setup, doing the dance, with the full virtual costume. And he was like, oh, god damn it. And now it's about him living life knowing that this is the world. This is the world he lives in. His father is an incredibly popular VTuber, and he just has to deal with it. And he just has to deal with it. Also, mother also very into the thing.
She's also a VTuber.
No.
She just watches her dad. His dad.
She started doing one because she's pissed that her husband is so famous.
Oh shit, she is a VTuber.
No, now, after finding out, what's amazing is that the dad is the one supporting the family with his VTuber money.
How did the son not know what his dad was doing?
Because his dad does it in a locked room that nobody checks, nobody goes in. He has his office, but his office is actually his VTuber stadium.
Oh, okay.
So, like, one day, his mom is like, go get your dad. And he's like, okay, fine. So he goes to get his dad, and he opens up, and there's his fucking dad in the whole VTuber setup. And then he sees the TV, the big-ass screen, and he goes like, wait a second. Oh, God! And then he yells. And he's like, I thought dad was an office worker. What's happening? And then he goes like, just fucking play along. And he goes like, what? He goes, and then he starts doing the girl voice. And he goes like, yeah, he's my older brother. Come on, Oni-chan. And then it's like, kill me. Kill me. And he's like crying and freaking out. And then it's like, yeah. And then he's like, wow, so this is my dad? Like, what the fuck? I thought, I don't, I don't know what to do. And he goes like, and his dad goes like, yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I quit the company forever ago, and this is how we're making money. He was like, what? He goes like, yep. Just so you know, your food is bought with that imaginary character's panty shot, so you fucking shut your mouth. And yeah, and he goes like, I can't believe you're doing this. I don't know what to do. And he goes like, yeah, I started this, and somebody made a song for me, and they were like, oh, this is my first love. I will love you for the rest of my life. And the son is just sitting on the ground wanting to die because that was him. He did that.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
And yeah, and he goes outside and he goes to his mom, and his mom started doing it. So yeah, because apparently his mom wanted to be an idol, right? That's the thing. His mom wanted to be an idol, and she gave up. She got married, and then she like saw the VTuber thing and was like, "Oh my god, I need to do this now. I need to get in." And yeah, so she's like, "God, I just wanna get like a little bit in there." And then like the son is like, "I hate my family. I hate my family. My mother is trying to compete with my father, who is also the queen of the VTuber community. Like dad's a VTuber girl, and I need this money so that I don't die." And the end of the chapter is the first chapter after all that shit is basically, okay, I'm gonna learn dad's stuff so that way I can get my mom to do it, and that way my mom can do it, my dad will stop doing this, and I can just fucking go to sleep and give up. So yeah.
I guess life stuff.
It is when your parents are competing VTubers, I guess. So yeah, the reason I bring that up is because like that's a thing that's been going around, and it just got fucking licensed.
Yeah, so it's gonna be anime.
Like a company is going to pay to yeah. There's gonna be digital releases and physical releases for the manga, and if it's blowing up overseas and also locally, it's probably eventually gonna get an anime.
Is that weird?
So yeah, it's a gag thing, so I'm not shocked.
I know, this is a guy thing about VTubers.
Yeah, VTubers are really big.
Which are basically just anime characters.
Yeah, but VTubers are really big, though.
Yeah.
Like, people who don't even understand Japanese are watching translated videos by other people, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's out there, man. It's an industry. So much so that, like, idol companies pay fucking professional stuff. Like Hololive.
I mean, I know it's big.
Hololive is literally an agency.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. They'll make anime on it.
It's like a real company.
Anime about anime imaginary characters.
Yeah.
For sure, it's not the first time they did it.
An anime about imaginary anime characters, correct. It's not the first, it's not gonna be the last. Look at Token Rambu. Token Rambu was take swords, make them handsome boys, put them in a phone game. I was like, alright, now let's make a TV show. Like, why? Why? Because it was making money. And you can't stop me. You can't stop me.
Why? Because it's making money. I guess that's the end of that conversation.
Kankore, right? Kankore. Boats. Alright, I'm gonna draw a cute girl instead of this boat. Alright, cool, now give me your money. Alright, awesome. Now let's make a TV show.
Girls in Panzer.
That's just what it is. Girls in Panzer. Put girls next to tanks. People really like that. Okay, more money. More money floods in.
What's the one where they're just like AK-47s or like M4s?
You mean Girls Frontline or Upote? Because that happened twice.
I think Frontline.
Girls Frontline is the game, yes. Upote is the manga, which became a net thing on Nico Nico Doga. And then that evolved into the TV show. So Girls Frontline is the one where the girl is the AK-47. Although Upote is not very different from that, because it's still about girls with guns. Actually, yeah, it's still about girls with guns. It's more like Girls in Panzer because they go to school with guns. I mean, hey, if people are in, people are in.
It makes money.
Hell yeah.
Why aren't you trying to appeal to the weed market? They never stop.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why would you stop appealing to the weed market? They will give you their money for real. It's great. It's great. Okay, well, time to get hype.
Get hype.
You don't sound hype.
What
are you hype about that you're not even hype about? You don't sound hype.
I know, I'm trying. Oh, I didn't like that. See for Eye Patch Wolf.
Yeah?
He just released a new video, like the manga that breaks people. Oh, why don't you tell me the name of it? Who does that? It's a monster. Doesn't say the name on the description or anything.
Whatever.
Cause I have to read through it. But it's like a horror thing.
Okay.
By the guy that made Flowers of Evil.
Oh! Is it Happiness?
No, the other one.
Well, okay. Because that guy's done a lot. Like Boku Amari-san?
Maybe.
Is it about a guy who switches in the body of a girl?
No, it's like the mother pushes a guy off a cliff.
Oh, Chino Wadachi. I'm reading that right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's not that bad. It's not as creepy as like Boku Amari-san. Boku Amari-san is uncomfortable because of the like weird three-way romantic relationship. Like Chino Wadachi, like the mom seems fucked up, and like all she's doing is projecting that onto her son. So her son is also fucked up, and that's kind of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it. It's like the thing about pushing the kid off the cliff, right?
Mm-hmm.
What it is the mom, the dad, and her son, right, are out, and they went to go visit the uncle, the aunt, and their son, right, his cousin. His cousin's a little shit, fucks with him.
Yeah.
So the cousin is like being a little shit, bullies the son, and then also like walks off to fuck around on a cliff. The mom goes over to the kid that's on the cliff, and like he almost falls, and she catches him.
Yeah.
And then after she catches him, she decides to throw him off because all he does is bully and fuck around with her son.
He called her auntie and then she pushed him off.
No, I mean she grabs him, like she catches him, and he goes like, "What are you worried?" And then she just fucking throws him off. That's like he almost fell to begin with, but then she just pretends she let him fall.
Yeah, she was like, actually I didn't do it. It's fine.
Yeah. And then for the longest time, it's about like the kid having watched what happened to his cousin.
Yeah.
And then like just internalizing whether like that means something's fucking wrong with his mom, or like, you know, and he just tries to like reach out to other people so that he can connect with them. Like there's a girl at this school that fucking likes him, and it's just the whole thing.
Yeah.
His mom is like emotionally manipulative. It's really not, but like compared to the other shit Oshimi Shuzo has written, like I would say like Boku wa Mari no Naka is way fucking more uncomfortable.
This is more like just her expression and her.
Yeah, it's more just like the art is really fucked up. It's more about the faces, but Boku wa Mari no Naka is like uncomfortable for the content. The way that Aku no Hana is uncomfortable because of the shit that happens to the kid and how fucked up he is.
Mm-hmm.
Boku wa Mari no Naka is equally, I would even argue to a certain degree, a lot more uncomfortable. Because... So what that is that like there's this guy who's like a shut-in, right? That he's a hikikomori, and he's like he like makes this girl who he sees constantly buy food like a person of his admiration that he loves, and he stalks her. And then one day he just wakes up in her body.
Yeah.
And it goes on to describe just how destructive it is for him to have to experience her life. And she had a best friend who was in love with her, and so she can recognize that it's not her when they talk. And like, yeah, Mari might have been. And like also later on you find out that the reason her friend is so like weirdly involved with her might be because Mari, the girl who he was stalking, would have been the one that like convinced her to get into the this sort of like weird sexual play. Like it's really fucking weird. And after he switches into her body, it becomes like a whole thing. So yeah. And Mari ends up completely fucked up because she ends up in his body. So like it's a whole much more uncomfortable. It's more about it's a deconstruction of the body switch thing.
That sounds more interesting.
It is way more interesting than Chino Wadachi. I like Chino Wadachi because I like the kid. What's his name? Shigeru. Shigeru's the kid who gets thrown off, right? And then Seiichi is the main kid. So like the relationship with the mom is a lot more interesting, cause like, all right, so Akuna Hana had a lot of weird shit, right? Where it was like his relationship with the girl was there's also weird like sexual power play dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause she like abused him, but like Kasuga was into it, kinda, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that same weird abuse dynamic gets transferred onto Saeki, and then Saeki fucking rapes him, like we talked about in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one has a subtext, like an incest thing, sort of running under.
They're related.
About like how well, it's his mom. His relationship with his mom is the weird part.
Oh, the one I was like, okay, yeah, not the body switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, no, in Chino Wadachi, okay. Like I would say that the one thing that's kind of there is like a weird incestuous subtext to his relationship with his mom, because of like how obsessed she is with him. He ends up with like a fucking stutter and shit. Like, it's a whole thing. But right now, it's at the point where it's at right now. It's more about like a jail thing. So like, but like Boku wa Mari no Naka is fucked up. It is really fucked up.
But just because like he doesn't want to go back or something, or the way they treat their body.
No, it's about what happens to them now, having been thrown in this situation, this life that they're not ready for.
Oh, like their friends probably hate them or something.
Yeah, well, it's not even that their friends hate them. It's trying to play and pretend to be that other person when they're like rejected. It's like part of what makes Isao Hikikomori is that he doesn't like people. He doesn't really like have interest in people. Being in Mari's position is causing him to confront all the fucked up shit about Mari that he ignored in his projection of her as a love object. So like Mari was fucked up and Isao was fucked up, and then when they switch bodies, they have to do is deal with the fucked up part of the other person.
So it's even harder.
So it's yeah. It's a lot more unsettling and creepy. Like there's a part where dude, like it's just fucked up. It's like it's fucked up at a completely different level. Like there's a part where Isao and Mari's body gets kissed by a boy, and it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
He's not gay though.
It's not about that. That's the thing. It's just there's so much to deal with.
Okay, I guess that was my hype.
So yeah,
which wasn't hype again.
So yeah, Chino Wadachi's cool. Chino Wadachi's cool. I just don't think it's the most interesting thing Shuzo Oshimi has ever written. Because he writes some really crazy shit. Chino Wadachi's cool though. I like it. I would just say like in terms of, oh yeah, this is the most fucked up. Like no, not at all. I follow that man's career with a fine-tooth comb. I can tell you for sure there is weird as shit he's written. My hype thing is not a manga.
Whoa, what is it?
It's not even an anime or a game. It's a guitar-related thing.
I was about to say a music thing.
It's a music thing. I bought low gauge strings and heavy gauge strings. So here's the thing: different string gauges give you different tension levels, and then that makes your tuning either more stable or unstable. Thicker strings give you better tuning stability for lower tunings and stuff like that, right? It also depends on the scale length of your guitar and shit like that. So I wanted to play in lower tunings. That's really what it is. I wanted to play in a lower tuning. So I bought these Diodario medium top, heavy bottom. They're hybrids. So like the lower strings are from a higher gauge, whereas the higher strings are from a lighter gauge. And so I tuned to D, like D standard. Standard on the guitar is E is usually E A T G C B E. You can tune every one of those down a full step. You end up with DGC FAD. And yes, I tuned to D standard, and I've been playing around with it. And I even tuned to C standard and drop C and stuff like that. It's been really interesting. I was able to learn a bunch of songs by the Gazette that I really wanted to know by tuning to D, and I've just been fucking around with it, and it feels really cool. I really dig it. It's interesting. I haven't played in this tuning in a long time, since I was in like high school, and I was getting into a lot of death metal and like modern death metal of the time. Death metal of the early 2010s was a lot about like C and D tunings, and it was drops and stuff like that. So it was really interesting to like feel this for the first time in so long, because I used to do that, and then I learned about a bunch of really cool, interesting bands that still play in standard. So I tuned up to standard, and I just got used to that for a while. And I've been playing like light gauge strings, for Diodarios, which is like 10s. There's also super lights, which are 9s, but I've just been playing 10s for the longest time. And going back to fucking 11s, it's really different. I tried to keep it in standard tuning for a while, right? But the tuning stability on my bends was so fucking god awful. Every time I did a bend, I was immediately like sharp or flat. Like it would just be unstable as fuck. Then I put it in D, and suddenly it's a lot cleaner and it's a lot better. I'm like, all right, cool, let's keep it in D then. I wanted to play with lower tunings anyway. I was able to do C sharp to then a drop B, and like, fuck, it was really good. It feels really good to do this, and I want to play around with it a lot more and keep experimenting. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Like playing on these thicker strings for the first time in like, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. It's opening a lot of new interests and stuff I want to experiment and play with. So I'm hyped as fuck to like keep playing around with this stuff.
All right.
So yeah, that's it for me. I guess that's it for Manga Palette, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening. If you guys are still here, you guys get it.
Yeah, you guys get it.
Yeah, you get it. Bye.